Alright, hello chat. I have returned and I brought music with me. This is it, boys. We are out here. Music has returned to us. This is exactly what I wanted. Hey there, Simple Subs! And also Travis, yes, I did take less than 5 minutes. All I really needed to do was get the proper songs ready, and now we're here. Thank you very much for believing in me. I appreciate the vote of confidence. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone is enjoying themselves. Wait, what did I say? Virtue, what are you talking about? Travis says, alright, I'm gonna go get my first few what-ifs out of the way. And sit back and watch everyone else just pour in. Okay. And there it is. There's the chat. Alright, so since we're going to start talking about the what-if categories, and I'll go ahead and, let's see here, get rid of the overlay. Yeah, there we go. Alright, cool beans, cool beans. Now that we can see everything. Alright guys, go ahead and tell me what it is that you guys want to say. Alright, let's see here. Travis says, what if the beginning force raised Goku? What if Bardock got licensed for clowning? What if Dr. Rowe turned good? What if Frieza became a chef? What if the Ginyu Force was good? Okay, so I see the common consensus is what if the Ginyu Force raised Goku? What if Frieza became a chef? Is the music too loud? If it's too loud, I can turn down the music. It shouldn't be a big deal. So let's see. I already had it turned down to like half volume. How does this sound? Is it still too loud or is it fine? Music's fine. All right, cool. Put it at us back to solid 50 again. What's the music called? I got a bunch of music that I have on my computer hard drive, which I use for a lot of my what-ifs. have them like stored in different files, and they're all in a shuffle loop. What if Goku married Bulma? Well, I mean, Goku already married Chi-Chi, so I don't know what else you want me to say. So let's just do... What if Goku married Bulma? What if Goku was betraying Fortnite? Alright, sure. I feel like... Let's see. I have a really good idea for the first one, and that's mostly because in the Smug Squad Discord server, which, by the way, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and join the Smug Squad Discord server for all your juicy what-if analysis and discussions. There's been a running saga in this server where What If the Ginyu Fortress Goku has been like a sweeping epic, right? It's been going on for over a year in the server, where fellow resident Young Drams has been going really, really fucking hard on this story. Lower. Oh, hi guys. What if universe lower the music? Is it still too loud? All right, 30% it is. 30% it is. Is that better? Is the volume too high? Is this fine? Is it still too loud? I feel like this is like a pretty good level, honestly. Okay, turned up a little bit more. Okay. How about now? Is it still too loud? Is this fine? On my end, it's a little bit loud. I'll put it a teeny tiny bit down. Okay, this works. Alright, cool. So... what else are people saying? What if Terrible to Vegeta's place with Goku's ultimate rival? You know what? Sure. Fuck Vegeta. Who wants him? It's all about Terrible now. What if Terrible was Goku's ultimate rival? Yeah, you know what? Sure. Why not? See, I feel like you guys are already mostly in the Smug Squad Discord server, because more than half the things you guys have just said have all been discussed in detail in that server. What if Terrible and Vegeta swap birth power? Okay, so like, what if Terrible was the strongest and Vegeta was the weakest? Alright, cool. I feel like we can get like 4 more, and then I'll go ahead and stop for now, and just focus on like 10 of them. What if Monster Carrot was the... You know what? I like the way you think. What if Monster Carrot was the ultimate big bad of the series? What if Broly was the ultimate Big Bad. Which again, what if Broly was Ultimate Big Bad? That's also a what if discussion that's been talked about very intensively in the Smug Squad Discord server. I highly recommend you guys join that server. We have a lot of very juicy takes, and the things you're all talking about, we've talked about in detail. Silverbolt. What if Pan tamed the bees? You know what? What if Pan? What if the bees joined the Z Fighters GT edition? Just for you, Silver. Just for you. And one more. What if? You know what? For sure. What if? What if the Ox King joined the Z Fighters? So I'll go ahead and start off with what speaks to me the most. What if the bees joined the Z Fighters? Alright, so in case you guys aren't aware, for the... I've rewatched GT recently, and specifically the Black Star Dragon Ball arc, which is, by the way, I think one of the worst pieces of Dragon Ball media out there. It's actually ass and borderline unwatchable. It's the most dull nonsense that's ever come out of GT, right? Like, I'm not joking when I say the first 14 episodes of GT don't matter. If anything, the first episode, which is like the setup for GT, the second half of the second episode, and then episode 14 onwards is where things actually happen, right? Everything involving Goku getting kidnapped by, like, random, like, kidnappers, because they think he's a kid, from them going to, their first planet, which is full of cheapskates, and, like, a horrible, like, king who's extremely, like, greedy, going to the giant planet, being trapped in a meteor full of worms, the Para brothers, getting lost on essentially not Vampa, and getting chased by not Vampa worm things. Almost everything in early GT doesn't matter to the story. However, there's a lot of really funny pieces of interactions that, if you care about power scale, will drive you insane. The bees in the giant planet gave these guys, who have been stated canonically to be stronger than Kid Buu, which is a true statement, look it up. They were enough to give Goku, Trunks, and Pan a lot of trouble. The giant himself was enough to give Goku a big issue. There are these random worms in a meteor who were so tough, Goku himself was doubting that he could beat them in Super Saiyan. These random fucking worms, and bees, and a giant who eats apples. All of these guys are multiversal level threats because they gave GT Goku, a guy who's much stronger than he was in the Buu Saga, a guy who killed Kid Buu, and these random worms were able to almost beat them. Why didn't Frieza? Why did Frieza never get these worms and have them invade planets? Like, why didn't he hire these bees to take over worlds? I don't get it. Power scaling. It's crazy. It doesn't matter for the most part. But it's hilarious. GT is really funny if you don't care about power scaling and you just take this information that the series gives you. So, if the bees joined the Z Fighters, right? If I recall correctly, the GT crew, they go to the giant planet to find the Dragon Ball, and they eventually find it because a giant had eaten an apple, and the apple contained the Dragon Ball, so it got stuck in his tooth. And then Goku had to, like, Kamehameha it out of the tooth, right? But in this same little mini arc in this giant planet, Pan dresses up as a bee, like Jerry Springer in the Bee Movie, and she flies along her brethren, and it convinces them that she's their queen, right? So, if we go along the logic that Pan continued to be their queen, and then these bees kept following them after they got the Dragon Ball, we could just say that, oh, these bees wouldn't stop following Pan, even though they're going to try and get on the ship. There's like an entire colony of bees, right? There's an entire colony. But let's just say that there's like a handful of bees that are able to fit in the ship, right? And Pan's like, you know what, Goku, can I keep these guys? They're so cute. And then Trunks, because Trunks is the straight man in Dragon Ball GT, he'd be like, of course not! That's so stupid, Pan! Stop being a child! God! Then Goku goes, sure, I don't care. Can I eat one? Haha, hilarity. But I could see Pan decide, because she's pretty selfish in early GT. So, like, I could see her really bothering Trunks to the point that she's able to eventually keep some of the bees. Could they put the whole colony in a little capsule? That's a good point. Something they never brought up in Dragon Ball is like the idea that, do living things, can they be stored in capsules? Because if they can, then the entire colony could, a colony bigger than like a skyscraper, could fit inside a capsule. So, you know, let's make this interesting. Let's have it so that they brought some empty capsules, right? And Trunks is like the owner of Capsule Corp now. He's a CEO. I wouldn't be surprised if like he had some prototypes in his pocket, right? Let him store a bunch of things. Let's just say, wait, what if Universe says, they all die and suffocate when released. Rip the bees. No. Okay, let's just say hypothetically that there's a pocket dimension within these capsules that allow these bees to continue breathing and living, right? So we can say that Trunks has a special prototype capsule, and in this capsule contains like a functional environment it's breathable, and it's a large storage space, which I'm sure they would want to research that at Capsule Corp in the far future, right? It makes sense. So they'd be able to put the entire colony of bees in this capsule with like a special prototype capsule. Almost like they're some kind of ball for pocket monsters that you can store these creatures in, that you can then use to throw it, and it'll open up the pocket dimension, and you have your pocket monsters attacking in a battle. I don't know what to call it though. We can call them Digi capsules. We can call it that. So these Digi capsules, right? These GT capsules. One of them is used to contain the giant beehive. And now they have an entire group of bees with them. This is important for later. So they get the bees, and they go off to the next planet. I think the next planet after the giant planet, it's the planet full of elves, and that one giant catfish who's like wants like a bride, which is essentially a rip-off idea from Oolong and that little arc from OG Dragon Ball, because the writers in GT didn't have an original idea in their heads in the beginning of the series. So I would say, I feel like the bees wouldn't they wouldn't change much for this part. Trunks would still dress in drag, and then we'd still have a horrible episode. So we'll skip that. No, the next one is when the Para brothers, they steal the Dragon Ball from the GT heroes, right? And they escape. So the heroes leave the elf planet, and they chase down the Para brothers. And what happens next is they go to a meteor to confront the Para brothers, and this is canonically where those really stupid bees, not the bees, the stupid worms. I think they're called Vumas? Vumas? I think that's what they're called. Hold on, let me check. Let's see. GT worms. No, not Vegeta. No, that's not what it is. GT timeline. They have a name. I know they have a name. Where are they? Let's go with Black Star Dragon Ball Saga. Here we go. So if I remember right, they're called stupid teacher Power Brothers. Yeah. The Mumas. They're the Mumas. The Mumas. These worms. These stupid worms. These worms were strong enough to defeat GT Goku, a guy who could one-shot Frieza without trying. So, with this in mind, I feel like this random encounter with these Mumas will cause Pan to take out the capsule, and then she'll release her bees. So we're gonna have an epic battle for the fate of the galaxy, where we have the Mumas! Muma worms stronger than Kid Buu versus Pan's bee army. We're gonna have our very first pocket monster battle of the series. So guys, we're gonna have to discuss power scaling. I know this is something that is very divisive in the fandom, but we have to talk about power scaling. So for the bees, I guess there's no actual counter for the bees, or is there? No, I don't see bees in here. That's a shame. How are we gonna power scale them? Dragon Ball GT bees. No, not Be the Dog. I don't want Be the Dog. They are really cute, though. These are really cute bees. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to do a lot of speculating. So again, these Muma worms were strong enough to defeat Trunks, Pan, and Goku. Goku, who at this point is again stronger, far superior than he was in the Buu saga. So these worms, they're galaxy busters, right? Because by power scaling alone, they're stronger than Kid Buu. However, they only ever show about 4 worms. Pan's bee army is like in the hundreds, and these are. They never really show in detail the battle power of these bees, but going off the fact that this is the giant planet that they come from, and the giant was strong enough to force Goku to use Super Saiyan against him, I would say that these bees would probably be enough to also defeat Kid Buu. So, now we're left with simple math. There's only 4 worms. In contrast, there's like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are babies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. At least 30 bees. Like, at minimum, there's like 30 bees. But in certain shots, you see like there's massive waves of these bees. So at max, there's like over 100 bees. And each of these bees can solo Kid Buu. Therefore, 30 bees is more than 4. 100 bees is more than 4. And we don't know if these bees are trained in martial arts. We're gonna have 25 bees minimum. We're gonna have about like, at most, maybe 25 bees per worm. So easily, unless these worms understand how to use a transformation, which I don't think they do, because they never once use a transformation during this fighting against the GT crew. They never do. So these bees are going to easily kill the Mumas. So we're gonna have the bees are going to annihilate the Mumas. And this is important because the Para brothers' plan the entire time was to have the Mumas either kill or distract the GT heroes so they could steal the Dragon Balls. And if anything comes to pass, then they could use their Para dance to immobilize the heroes, right? So in canon, the heroes barely scrape by against the Mumas. The Para brothers dance, and while they're dancing, the Mumas come back out and the attack, and the heroes escape. However, the bees defeat the Mumas. The Para brothers are forced to use their dance, but because there's so many bees, their dance doesn't work on them. Because if I remember correctly, for the Para brothers, their Para dance, the effect only works if they're making eye contact with their enemies. Does it say that? Wait, really? There's no like technique description of the part. What? Okay, here we go. They do have it. Let's see here. So they use this on Bihei against Goku, Trunks, and Pan. Blah blah blah. I remember it said before that you had to make eye contact. So they aren't able to make contact with over 100 bees. At most, they're gonna be able to get like maybe several dozen. But they aren't gonna be able to stun lock all of the bees. Therefore, the Para brothers are stung to death by the bees because, let's see, how many stings does it take to kill a human? It takes about 10 stings per pound of body weight. So, like, I would say one of the guys, he's like a small child size. So that'd be about 500 stings. I could see that there's several hundred bees. And the other two are about average human size. But given the fact that these bees are stronger than Kid Buu, I'd also argue that the power of their stings are also more powerful. So, through power scaling, these bees with a single sting alone could destroy a planet. That makes the most sense to me. If these bees ever stung the ground, it would explode. So just by proxy of how strong these bees are, Pan doesn't realize this yet, but she has the most powerful fighting force in the history of Universe 7. And these bees are huge! Like, they're big! Again, Dragon Ball GT bees. These bees, when they're fully grown, or they're as big as Trunks! And he's a full-grown man! These bees are terrifying! So, again, now that we understand how terrifying these bees are and how strong they are, how fast they are, and the potency of their poison, I feel like it's appropriate to say that the Para brothers, despite their best efforts, are massacred. And this is, again, we don't know if these bees have like a transformation state or if they have gone through any training. We don't know that. We've never seen these bees show off their full potential. Not even once. So, by just being the most conservative I can possibly be, these bees are, no matter what, going to kill the Para brothers. And at worst, they're going to blow up North Galaxy. But if we blow up North Galaxy with their stingers, then there's no story. So let's just say that these bees are able to suppress their power, and they are able to just flat out kill the Para brothers without destroying the meteor, right? So, GT heroes, they keep the Dragon Ball. Because if I remember right, the only reason why the Para... Oh, wait, no. I take that back. So what happens next is they defeat the Para brothers. And then Pan herself, she goes into the Para brothers ship. She takes the Dragon Ball. But when she does, the ship flies off by itself to the planet of the Cult of Lud. Which, by the way, if you guys don't know who Lud is, he's the really big, chunky baby from GT. He is my baby. This is my idol. When I was re-watching GT, I was fucking bored to tears at how awful it was. But the moment that Lud appeared was easily the highlight of early Dragon Ball, because before him, it was boring as sin. But when he showed up, it actually got fun again. So, with that in mind, I feel... Oh, and not only that, he's canonically stated within GT to be a god of destruction. This is not hyperbole. This is a literal direct quote from Dragon Ball GT. He is a god of destruction. So it's only fitting that when Pan is taken by force to Lud's homeworld, where the Cult of Lud is, and the GT heroes go off to rescue her, I feel that it makes sense that the bees, or at least some of them, are with Pan. Because she's their queen. It only makes sense for some of the bees to follow Pan into the Para brother ship. So when she arrives at the Cult of Blood, she has like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 bees. So when these cult members try and sacrifice Pan to the cult of, to like the Statue of Blood, the bees decide to protect their queen, and then they obviously massacre everyone there. Because again, these bees are stronger than Kid Buu. So let's see, so they're separated. Pan alongside a hand, let's say like several bees, 4 at least, a dozen at most, are taken to Cult of Lud planet, right? Heroes chase after them. At arrival, Pan and bees are going to get sacrificed. And then the bees stomp everyone. Because these bees are, again, they're like a universal threat level that not even Bibbidi was able to foresee. The simple fact that Supreme Kai let these bees live show how awful he was as an actual, like, Kai, personally. So add that to the board to those keeping track at home. The Supreme Kai is awful because he didn't cultivate life on other planets. He let Frieza live. He let the Cold Clan annihilate the universe, right? And put it into servitude. He let the Saiyans live for longer than they should have. He only let 30 plus planets with intelligent life live. And he also didn't get rid of the bees. But that's okay, because the bees are going to redeem themselves in the eyes of God by defending their Queen Pan. They're going to... Cult is annihilated. And this is the point where, if I recall correctly, besides Lud, there's like the priest leader. What was his name? What was the name of that cult leader? It was... Yeah, so this guy, Daltaki, this creep, the guy who can turn people into dolls, like he did Pan, because he's a creep. He dies. Like, no cap. Like, he just dies. He gets stung to death. The moment he starts being creepy towards Pan, the bees sting him to, like, nothingness. Muchi, one of their strongest soldier there, gets one shot. He gets incinerated by these bee stings. Like, he has no shot at all. Right? These bees are too strong. Because of the simple fact that Daltaki died, this means that Lud himself doesn't activate. So I feel like just for story's sake, let's say that before he dies, Daltaki activates Lud, right? So now we get to have the epic Lud fight. You know, big angry baby. He's gonna fight. However, by this point, let's say that Goku, Trunks, and like the other 80 plus bees arrive, and with everyone there, they're able to actively destroy Lud, right? So in the original story, Lud was invincible until Goku and Pan shot at his core from both the inside and the outside. However, there's so many bees that are, again, stronger than Kid Buu that I feel like it wouldn't matter. Because there's so many powerful fighters that, again, have the strength to destroy galaxies that Lud his defenses can't keep up, and he gets pierced to death. So Lud is just destroyed. And then they go ahead to the M2 planet. Now at M2, there's... I feel like the one thing going for General Rildo is that he does the Moro thing before Moro was a thing. Where he's able to essentially become the planet when he's in his metal form. And not only that, he can assimilate or absorb other metallic creatures. And he is canonically stronger than Kid Buu. So if General Rildo ever actually fought one of these bees in a fair fight, he'd probably win. However, this is not a fair fight. This has never once have an inkling of being a fair fight. Because the moment that General Rildo makes himself known, Pan is going to take out her capsule and throw it, summon her army of bees who are at minimum 40, at most 100, maybe more. And do you guys think that General Rildo could be Kid Buu? Yes or no? If you say he could beat a Kid Buu, you're probably right. But can General Rildo, can he defeat 100 Kid Buus? And these bees are stronger than Kid Buu again. Like, just a reminder. I feel like he's less than 100 Kid Buus. Bees are stronger than one Kid Buu because of math. So General Rildo versus 100 bees stronger than Kid Buu. GT Goku, and by the way, GT Goku by himself was enough to defeat. He was enough to defeat Rildo when he was serious, right? But Goku is also there too. So Goku plus all of these bees, and I guess Trunks is there for moral support. I guess he's the cheerleader. Oh wait, hold on. Is someone spamming? Yeah, they are spamming. Oh, hold on. Someone is, I'm gonna go ahead and... Okay, cool. They're gone. Alright. That was lost. That was a lot of spam. Hey, what if Universe? And, Charo. You are now mods. Congratulations. So, just before I was interrupted rudely, so General Rildo versus 100 bees that we've determined are stronger than Kid Buu, plus GT Goku. Trunks is there for moral support, and we have Pan as the ultimate commander, right? Who's giving inspiration to these bees. These bees are going to sting Rildo to death. And when I say Rildo, I also mean Metal Rildo, who absorbed the entirety of Planet M2. The planet is going to explode like Planet Namek did ages ago. Like, you guys know how Goku does his Dragon Fist, right? You know, it's really epic and awe-inspiring. Pan is going to try and punch this Rildo. And a bunch of bees are going to come swarming around her with their fists outstretched, and they're all going to pierce through the planet, the entirety of M2. So before the planet explodes, the heroes get on their ship and they escape with the Dragon Ball. And also the encounter with Dr. Mew and the reveal of Baby. That would also happen, right? Like, I feel like even with the bees there, that wouldn't cause that to change. So we'd still have the reveal of Baby. You would find out about, like, yeah, the bee fist is real. Yeah, you right. So, like, they still meet Mew and they still meet Baby, but because there's so many bees, I feel like Dr. Mew doesn't have a chance to escape alive. However, Baby is a different story, right? Because as you know, Baby's a Tuffle parasite. He can infect living creatures and take over their bodies. So, there's a real possibility that the story ends here, because if Baby is able to control, if he can control Pan, or he's able to control several of the bees to create a hive mind of bees? Get it? Hive mind? If that happens, the universe is doomed, right? Like, there's no escaping that fact. If Baby's able to get his control over the bees, it's over. I don't think Super Saiyan 4 Goku by himself is enough to win against all these threats, right? Let's see here. Yeah, so Baby himself isn't complete yet when Rildo has to go off with his warriors to fight the villains. And yeah, so during this battle, like, the heroes are able to destroy Baby. Well, you know, in quotation marks. They seemingly defeat Baby. So we can go ahead and say that they quote-unquote destroy Baby. Dr. Mew is defeated. M2 is gonna blow up like Namek. And then they escape, right? So, I'm leaving it up to you guys. Should Baby escape the same way he did in canon, which was like they go to like some hospital in space, and then Baby, like, he escaped on the child, and then the child got to Earth, which I think is kind of dumb. Or before Baby dies, he hides himself inside of Pan. I feel like the juiciest thing to do in this story right now is to have Baby control Pan. But at first, because Baby is really injured, he would hide himself inside of Pan first. And then once they all arrive on Earth and everything seems fine, that's when Baby strikes, and he controls Pan, and then controls the Hive. So let's see. So Rildo, I'll say so Baby is defeated. Rildo and M2 are destroyed with the B Fist by Goku. Mew is killed. However, Baby survives and hides himself within Pan. Black Star Dragon Balls are recovered, and heroes return to Earth. Heroes celebrate with friends and family. However, it is when the Dragon Balls are gathered that Baby makes his move. Alright guys, so at this point, we're gonna have... Baby Vegeta won't be a thing here. We're gonna have something much scarier. We're going to have Baby Pan and his army of bees. And Pan is going to have the bees all linked together through her hive mind. And they're all going to be taken over by Baby. So they're all going to have the singular same hive mind. And Baby's going to turn into a multiversal level threat off the bat. So now we have Baby Pan. Baby Pan plus hive mind army of baby bees. Which works out great because there's actual art. So like you see this baby bee, like this one right here, this little baby. Imagine this, except it has white skin and fur, and it has Baby's like eye markings. So now we have our first multiverse level threat in the forms of like Baby Pan and the baby bees. Guys, I'm at a loss here. I don't I don't understand. There's no conceivable way where I can see Goku winning and not getting killed and having Baby take over Earth, unless there's two options. Maybe 3 if you want to go silly. The first option is that Goku is able to escape, right? He goes through his tail training. And then when he eventually goes back to fight, he turns into a Super Ozaru. Oh shit! Wait a minute! Goku only became Super Saiyan 4 because when he was rampaging, Pan was there! Pan was there to inspire Goku to control his anger and turn to Super Saiyan 4. But Pan's taken over by Baby. So how are we gonna have Goku become a Super Saiyan 4 if Pan's not there? Have it be Oob? Okay, I could see it being Oob or like maybe it's Oob, maybe it's Goten or Chi-Chi. Oh wait, could Majub use the candy beam on the bees? I mean, he could try, but the thing is, these bees are going to be really fast, and not only that, I feel like Baby would create more bees. So what started off as a colony of 100 bees, there's gonna be like several hundred, if not thousands of bees. That's a good point. So Vegeta isn't possessed. So there's a very good point that maybe Vegeta is the first one to go Super Saiyan 4, right? And if he is, then I could see Goku, because his other friends and family are there. It doesn't have to be Pan. It could be Chi-Chi or Goten. They could help him become Super Saiyan 4. Now we have 2 Super Saiyan 4s. But here's the thing. I don't think Super Saiyan 4, Goku, and Vegeta by themselves are strong enough to fight off Baby and his bees. That's a good band name, Baby and the Bees. You know what? I'll write that down for later. The new name of my indie rock band name. Indie rock band title. Baby and the Bees. That's my new band name. So yeah, no, I feel like this is gonna force Goku Vegeta to become early Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, right? This is the only way. And I feel like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta would be strong enough to defeat the Bees and Baby. I feel like at that point they're strong enough. But that's only if we keep in mind that these bees... Again, no one, and I mean no one, knows how strong these bees are in base form. If we go off the assumption that when Baby took over Vegeta and Vegeta started evolving, right? Because we saw Baby Vegeta evolve multiple times throughout GT. He went off with like the base Baby Vegeta form, and then became Super Baby Vegeta 1, and then Super Baby Vegeta 2, and then Ozaru Baby Vegeta, right? So what's to say that these bees don't also evolve? If these bees evolve because of Baby, they could be strong enough to actually make GT Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 actually hurt. I feel like he'd be forced to fight for his life. Hi, Doug. Welcome to the stream. Supersonic Wave says, make it Gohan. Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like making it Gohan be the reason why Goku becomes Super Saiyan 4 makes the most sense. But yeah, no, I feel like the only way for the heroes to win in one scenario is early Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And then Gogeta wins, but barely. Like, he's almost stung to death. Because as we understand... How many... There we go. As we know, it takes like over 1,000 plus stings to kill a man. And each of these bees have their power has increased incredibly. And there's thousands of them. So again, we don't know if Gogeta could defeat them. Maybe if they were in their base form, but if they have the baby, like the baby transformations. Yeah, because again, like Vegeta goes through like different forms. So like, if the same thing happens to the bees, and the bees level up multiple times, then it'd be awful. Second idea of how they win. Pan is given the Ultra Divine Water. And Baby is forced to leave her as the primary host. And then Pan is able to break through the subconsciousness of the other bees. And we have a moment where GT Pan and her army of 3 bees have to fight against Baby and his own army of bees. So, let's go with like good endings, right? Let's go with good endings right now. Early Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta uses Kaioken, barely wins against Super Baby Bees. Second ending. Pan is released via Ultra Divine Water. Pan plus 3 bees versus Baby and controlled bees. So the Super Baby Bees are going to be very powerful, and I don't think the heroes can win unless they use drastic measures. But let's just say, for the sake of the argument, that we could say both these things happen, right? We get early Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, uses Kaioken. As he fights off the army, we have, I don't know, Kibitushin, or like Gohan, or Trunks, or someone. They give the Divine Water to Pan. Pan is saved, and some of the bees are saved. And then Pan and her 3 bees fights off Baby and the other bees with her grandfather / grandpa's friend. So we can say Queen Bee Pan plus Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta team up. At this point, I think it's fair to say that Baby's dead. Because if enough bees are freed by Pan, then all these bees that are angry and evolved, plus Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4, they're all gonna kill Baby. Like, no cap, it's over. And then after that, I'll be completely honest, I don't think... I really don't think that Super 17 is hard. Because think about it. So they beat Pan, they beat Baby, the greatest threat to the multiverse, right? And with Kaioken, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and Queen Bee Pan. All these bees, I'm sure there's casualties, but I'm very positive we'll have enough bees to recreate like a sizable population, right? So, we're going to have a time skip of several months where these bees are going to have lay more eggs, and their numbers will increase to the thousands again. But they're all going to be under Pan's, like, leadership. Pan is going to single-handedly stop crime. Just think about it. If you're a random thug on the street and you saw that the entire city's police force was replaced by giant bees, would you try and commit crimes? Picture yourself in the mentality of a thief. of a murderer. Would you try and break the law if there are massive armies of bees patrolling your city or town? I don't think so. Within the next few months, Pan is going to replace Mr. Satan as hero of the world. And her bees are going to single-handedly stop crime. Like, by 100%. And anyone who's dumb enough to try and commit crime are all going to get attacked by these universal bees. Like, no cap. It's over. Who needs the Justice League when you have several 100,000 bees who can destroy galaxies? And plus, they're really cute. They're like, these bees are incredibly cute, by the way. If you lived in a world where you had giant fluffy bees to give hugs to, you wouldn't want to commit crime either. So like, the criminals are all gonna stop because of the bees. The people of Earth are going to love them because of how cute they are. And also because Pan had a massive multiplier thanks to her Zenkai boost. I would say that she is probably stronger than she was when the story started. I'd be willing to argue that Pan's power level would be around Super Saiyan Goku level. Probably. And that's okay because she could control the bee army, which makes her like stronger than beers, honestly. Would they be killed or heavily injured? Oh yeah, no, like I said, there would be a lot of casualties with the bees. But because of how fast bees can create more children, as it was shown in GT, these bees would eventually repopulate. And then they become, like, they would get massively larger colonies. So by the time that Dr. Mew and Jiro break out of hell, and you have this giant, this massive army of undead villains try and, like, invade Earth, they're all gonna get stopped. Because there are going to be literally hundreds of thousands of bees stronger than Kid Buu. No, they all got buffed because of Baby. And I'm just gonna flat out say, I feel like these bees would eventually start to adapt and evolve to the point where they're gonna learn martial arts. We're gonna have Pan and all of her bees be trained by Goku and like Master Roshi. We're gonna have a bunch of bees deliver milk across the entire planet. They're all gonna learn the Kamehameha. They're all gonna learn how to hide their ki. They're gonna learn how to fly faster. If we go off the assumption that the people of Earth, or they can still teleport to other planets, right? Or they can travel through space travel. These bees could get their potential unlocked. They could probably learn Kaioken. The sky's the limit. These bees. Oh my god! Goten and Trunks, they teach the bees the fusion dance! The sky's the limit with these bees, man. Like, you don't understand. These bees are going to learn the dynamite kick, and they're gonna render, like... They're gonna render every single threat they're gonna render Super Saiyan 4 obsolete. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who? Oh, he's a chump compared to all these bees who know Kaioken and the Kamehameha and the Dynamite Kick. It's crazy. These bees are gonna know how to use martial arts. And because, like, there's a hive mind, when one bee learns something, the other bees are gonna know too. Because of that shared link between all of them. Piccolo teaches them the special beam cannon. No, even better, Piccolo teaches them how to use the clothes beam. And all these bees are going to learn how to make clothes. And they're going to start a massive clothing empire with, like, bees. So, like... They're all... You see Pan's outfit? That's going to be, like, the #1 trending outfit in all planet Earth. Because all these bees are gonna learn the Piccolo clothes beam. But that's for oh my god, the multiform. If every single bee, 100,000 plus bees that are stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Goku, if all of them use the multi-form, their numbers would double, or triple even. We could have millions of these super-powered bees. Do you guys really think that the fucking Cybermen and Frieza and Dr. Mew and Rildo and Zanya, do you think any of these revived villains have an iota of a chance of winning? I don't think so. Even if 17 is able to become Super 17, he's gonna get washed. You know why? These bees are going to swarm him. He'll use his barrier, and the moment these bees use a Kamehameha against him and he uses his barrier, there's going to be another 50 million bees who notice the flaw in the barrier and this window of time to get through it, and they're gonna sting him to death, and he explodes. It's no contest. He's going to lose. Even if hypothetically we have a Hellfighter 18, that Dr. Mew, because he understands how strong the bees are. Even if they build a hypothetical Hellfighter 18, and we get Super 17 and Super 18, they're gonna get destroyed. Even if Super 17 and Super 18 fuse into Super Duper Android 35, even then, I don't see a single scenario where these bees who have an understanding of martial arts have been power scaled thanks to their training with Goku and Pan and Piccolo and Gohan, Kaioken, who have martial arts and number in the millions. I don't see them winning. And even if Super Duper 35 is that strong to threaten the bees, they know the fusion dance. The bees can just fuse together, or if there's a bee that's big enough, that's like tall enough to be at the similar height as Goku, we would have Goku fuse with one of the bees and we could get Biku. I don't even want to, I'm not even gonna try and claim that I know enough about math to try and power scale Biku. It's going to be an astronomically high number that I cannot calculate. So even in the worst case scenario that Super Duper Android 35 fusion is strong enough to harm the army of bees, we're gonna have a bee and Goku fusion, and at that point you're gonna have Super Saiyan 4 Ultra Biku, and that no one can stop him. But no, Charo, I agree. I feel like the main threat in this series going forward isn't any villains. It's no androids. It's no shadow dragons. It's no Beerus. It's the simple fact that these bees are going to destroy the environment and they're going to crash the world economy. Because if these bees are going to keep making clothes and honey, they're going to oversaturate the market. The value of the dollar of the yen is going to go plummeting down, or we're going to go into an economic crisis. So the final boss of Dragon Ball I was going to say GT, but I said BT. the final boss of Dragon Ball BT is going to be the economy. But that's going too far ahead. No, Charles, you're right. The only feasible way to save the planet Earth from the bees is by creating a new planet that can handle all of the bees and create a new planet for them. Last time on BT. But yeah, so even if we have a Hellfighter Cell who absorbs Super 17 and Super 18 to become Cell Max, if you will. Cell Perfector, Cell Maximer. We're gonna have Super Saiyan 4 Goku Ultra. It's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. Goku is the end-all be-all. Shadow Dragons. If you guys have been paying attention throughout this entire lecture, I hope you guys understand just how fucking busted the bees are at this point. So the moment that Black Smoke Shenron appears, he's going to get stung to death. Before he can even take a puff of his cigarette, of his giant Cuban cigar. He's going to die. And then we're going to have the bees, commanded by Pan, to scatter across the planet to fight off all the Shadow Dragons. Every single one. Oceanus, dead. Ray Shenron, dead. Sin Shenron, dead. Ice Shenron, dead. Nuova, he'll also be murked. But I could possibly see a scenario where Nuova Shenron sees how powerful the bees are and how they're so kind-hearted, and he decides to give up. In which case, he might live. But the rest of them, Sin Shenron, I don't care if Sin Shenron becomes Omega. He's gonna get destroyed. He's gonna lose. He's gonna die immediately. There's no Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. There's no fusion. All we need is a handful of bees to kill him. And there's millions! I do not see a single reality where the Shadow Dragons defeat the bees. Not one. And then the moment that we have actual Shenron appear and he's like, Goku, we have to leave this world. I could see Goku saying, you know what? My granddaughter Pan is the leader of the bees. These bees have saved the planet so many times. You know what he'll say? He'll say, I thought that Oob was going to be my greatest rival, but it was actually Pan and the bees. They were my greatest accomplishments in life. I am so glad that my granddaughter is here, and I'm so glad I found that planet full of giant bees. And so Goku is going to go off into whatever dimension now is out there in the afterlife or otherworld or whatever. He's going to leave the Shenron. Pan will be sad, but she'll be confident that with her and her bees, she will bring peace and prosperity to the whole universe. We're gonna have a time skip, right? Where it's 100 years from now, and Pan, even though she's old, she is the leader of the free universe. Like, there's going to be billions upon billions of bees who have probably evolved to the point where they can communicate and talk. These bees are going to be the greatest peacekeeping force that the multiverse has ever seen. These bees are going to practically eradicate hunger, war, turmoil. The entire universe is gathered together under the banner of Queen Pan. The Supreme Kai's job is rendered obsolete. Beerus's job as God of Destruction, obsolete. Because of like the B team. And we're gonna have a society on Earth where bees are integrated into human life, into society, and they all have the same rights as we do, as people do. It'll be a prosperous future, a utopia, all because of Pan deciding that she thought these bees were cute and she wanted to take them on a trip. And then Goku Jr., he'll probably end up becoming, like, he'll probably befriend all the bees, and he'll probably be trained by these bees to be as strong as they are, if not more so. So yeah, I feel like that's the ending of the B story, of the BT movie. This is the ending. Be Utopia. Profit. So bees train, get cracked even more. Villains escape hell. They get one shot. Super 17, Super 18, Super Duper 35, Cell Max. Doesn't matter. Oh man. What if the bees were in Super? If the bees were in Super, then that would just pretty much mean that there's no threat. Like, it would just be the bees soloing the entire series. And then all of Universe 7's team, it's going to literally be... It's going to be Goku and 9 different bees. And then they just win. Goated, make this a series, coward. I don't know. I don't know if the world is ready for the Bee movie sequel. I don't know if they're ready for this. Pan dictator. It's not a dictatorship. It's a benevolent despot. That's what Queen Bee Pan is. Whoever has to go, he's evil. Damn, Charo. All right, if you say so. Pan confirmed to be bug catcher. Yeah, no, Pan is the ultimate bug catcher trainer. Virtue says, I feel like my idea is getting ignored because it's too scary. What was your idea, Virtue? What was your idea? Dragon Ball B time. What's Jiren's reaction? Jiren would use full power off the bat, but it's not gonna matter. Oh, all of the... Okay, so if every single bee were to fuse into one, we'd have, like, the ultimate bee. And I feel like this would cause reality to break. I feel like that would cause the binding between reality to just collapse because of how strong this ultimate bee is. And again, like what you just said, 700 mil. If these bees become androids, then they're just gonna become even more broken. And they'd be strong enough to fight Zeno, like no cap, like it's not any contest. But yeah, that's the story of the. It's been an hour. An entire hour on just one topic. Okay. I'm going to lightning round this. What if the Guinea Forest Rage Goku? I'm just going to tell you guys, for like more than half of these topics, I'm imploring you all to join the Smug Squad Discord server, because I'll tell you right now, what if the Guinea Forest Rage Goku? We discussed that in great length. It's a great story. Go check the server to find out. What if Ukumari Bulma? We talked about that too. Go check the Smug Squad Discord server. Big Bad Broly? Same thing. Go check the Smug Squad Discord server. Their main offer is, let's see. Main author for this one was Memes and Treasure. That's the username who wrote the story. I did this one, so it was me for Ukumari Bulma. Our resident Young Dramps, he wrote this story. Yeah, no, sure. Yeah, there you go. I was gonna ask Charo. He went ahead and added an invite to the Discord server, so you guys can check out these juicy stories. There's 1, 2, 3. The masterpiece. What if the? Okay, guys, I'm gonna put up to a vote. I'll pin the invite link to you guys. What will happen to the bees after Pan dies of old age? I feel like the bees are at this point so advanced and intelligent that when Pan dies of old age, they're going to have like a massive period of mourning, right? For their queen, and they're going to probably they're going to give the position to another bee. Because again, like when a queen bee dies in a hive or in a colony, like the colony dies. But if there's like another queen bee, then they'll join that hive. So I would assume that there's probably at least several queen bees that were created over the course of the last 100 years that are more than gladly to like take the position and lead on where their queen Pan, you know, where she left off. I feel like the future is bright for our heroes. Why no human bee hybrid? Electric Skull Iguana, I know that's you. I feel like at some point in the future when the bees are evolved, we're going to have a point where there's going to be hybrids. However, I'm not going to go in detail about that because that's a discussion that's not meant for a live stream. But to answer your question, realistically, maybe. Do I want that? Probably not. And that's your official answer. So guys, what if Goku was betrayed and trapped in Fortnite? Alright, I'm gonna ask you guys, should we... I think I have enough time to talk about one more thing. Do you guys want to speedrun everything? Or do you guys want to have me talk about one thing in detail? Again, should I just go through every single one of these, but really fast? Or should I just pick one more topic and talk about it in detail? Speedrun? Virtue's voting for speedrun. Kaijoken says one thing in detail. Sonic says one thing in detail. What if Universe says, I want in-depth strong Tarble? Yeah. Alistair Winter says speedrun. Nipple Hair says details. No, Goku bee. I'm not gonna have Goku's mom and dad fuck a bee. I'm not gonna do that. Wait! Oh! Iguana, you're a genius. You know what? No. I take it back. Because I remember in the Bee movie. I'm sorry, guys, but this is off topic. In the Bee movie, doesn't the Jerry? Yeah, I know the Jerry Springer bee seduces the one lady. So it's entirely possible for one of the evolved GTBs to like to be with someone. It's possible. If we take into account the Bee movie, it's possible. Guys, I'll leave it up to you. Should Goku Jr. be a bee, human, Saiyan hybrid? Should he? Should Goku Jr. be a bee hybrid? Electric Skull, I'm very sorry, but you've been outvoted. Every single person saying no, no, and no. See, I understood from the very beginning that the idea of having Goku Jr. be a bee hybrid was going to be very controversial. And I understand that we live in a time where something as forward-thinking as bee-human hybrids is not accepted by most people. So, Electric Skull, I'm sorry. Maybe one day. But that day is not today. Alright, so I'm going back to the poll. So let's see. I'm going to count real quick. So. Oh no, the page died. No, the page died. Goku Jr. himself was tired of this shit, and he's like, "All right, time to break the server." But yeah, so it seems like, let's see. So 1 for speedrun, 1 for details, speedrun, details. It seems like the consensus here is that people want to see one more thing in detail. So I'll give you that wish. I want to talk about this. Not this. Not this. We talk about bees. And then Ox King. Let's see. What if Tarble was Goku's ultimate rival? I don't know. Maybe. What if Tarble was the strongest, Vegeta was the weakest? What if Frieza was a chef? Goku Jr. would... Yeah, he would have the stinger. You would have the stinger, yeah. He would be the one who continued the trend of the tradition of the bee fist. So... What if Monster Carrot was the ultimate big... So I think right now... My 2 picks for right now is either really silly or like a more serious topic. It's going to be either... What if Tarble was the strongest and Vegeta was the weakest? Or... What if the Ox King joined the Z Fighters? It's these two. Do you guys want Tarble or Ox King? Tarble shat on the floor and broke plant. Yeah, he flooded the chambers and he died. Alright, vote in chat now. Do you guys want Tarble or Big Daddy Ox King? Oh, we got a lot of Tarbles. We have 4 Tarbles and 3 Ox Kings. Can we get much higher? Oh, we got a few more votes for Ox King. That's 5. Yeah, no, that's 5. 5 for Ox King and 4 for Tarble. I'll give you guys exactly like 2 more minutes. And if the votes don't change, then I'm going to do Ox King. Ox King is real! I don't want to picture an edit of Ox King naked. You can't, like Whitebeard in One Piece. I don't want to think that. Oh no. Yeah, let's fuse it. Have the Ox King be Tarble. Tarble went to Earth and became the new Ox King. That's the compromise. Charo, are you on your alt account? Don't worry, Chimp, the Ox King. Yeah, he does exist. You're right. I mean, El Charo 99, DBZ Theories and more, he does count as 1 more vote, so now it's an even 5-on-5. Oh wait, no, it's 5-on-6. You guys have 1 minute. If Tarble doesn't get 1 more vote, I'm going to focus on Ox King. It's 9:28, guys. Final tally. Wait, 700 mil. Did you vote for Ox King earlier? Because if you switched that. Oh yo! Oswaldo coming in clutch with the Ox King. Oh no! Charo's second ult account. Another ult account for for Tarble. What's happening? Everyone's busting out their ult accounts. Alright, you know what? Two more minutes. If you guys have ult accounts, go ahead and sign in. You have 1 minute. You have 1 minute to sign into YouTube in a different tab. You have 1 more minute. Psicología social. Oh my god. Awful anime mashups. Give me my motherfucking Tarble. Everyone's busting out their ult accounts. You'll love to see it. Oh my god. Yo, Quee Pog. We have exactly 1 vote for Quee. We have one vote for Quee. With a Smash Mouth Ichigo profile pic. That's crazy. Alright, voting's over. And from what I can see, I think that Ox King still wins. I'm sorry, 700. I'm sorry. Big fella, you're too late to vote. You're too late. You were off by a whole minute. I am a chimp of the people, and the people have spoken. They want to talk about Ox King joining the Z Fighters. Can we get a Ox in chat for the Ox hype? Ox hype, Ox hype. Alright, guys. I'm sorry for the Tarble stands who really wanted to hear that epic Tarble story, but big burly men beats Twinks every time. I don't know what you want me to say. It's too late. Let's see. So if I remember right, okay. So I feel like for the Ox King's beginnings, I feel like early Dragon Ball stays the same for the most part, at least for the beginning. So everything involving like early Dragon Ball up until Fry Pan and Mountain stays the same. However, I feel like the first change would be that Goku and Ox King actually fight. Because in the original story, they're about to fight, but then the Ox King realizes that, oh wait, I recognize that pole, or I know your moves, or do you know Roshi? I feel like the first minor change would be that the Ox King actually does fight Goku for a little bit. And then Goku realizes to his horror that Ox King is too strong. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but in the Tree of Might power level pamphlet that was handed out during the Japanese showing for the Tree of Might movie when that first released, this pamphlet showed like a little guide of like how strong characters were, and in it, let's see, there he goes. You guys see this? Where'd it go? You see this image? Ox King. According to the pamphlet movie guide for Tree of Might, the Ox King canonically has a power level of 900. In the same pamphlet. it says that the Demon King Piccolo is like 500-ish when he's young. Going off of that logic, this means that the Ox King, by this point in the story, is strong enough to solo Demon King Piccolo in his prime. This is not hyperbole, this is not exaggeration, this is cold, hard facts dictated by official Dragon Ball sources. I didn't make this up. Official. I see some people in chat having these revelations. This is the first time hearing this. Yeah, no, Sonic Wave, I'm not joking. Ox King is canonically at a power level of 900 this entire time. Raditz was like, it says here in the same pamphlet that Raditz was like around 1,500. I know that in the Kakarot, like for the Kakarot video game, it said it was 1,200. But I would say 1,200, 1,500, that makes sense. So Ox King is already stronger than what Goku and Piccolo were in the Raditz fight. Think about that. Ox King in early Dragon Ball in his first appearance is stronger than adult Goku and Piccolo Jr. during the Raditz fight. No, I'm sorry, 700 mil. I don't know why Ox King never once tried to help out against Demon King Piccolo. I guess he was busy washing his hair or he was out shopping. So, going off of this in mind, Kid Goku in early Dragon Ball, who has a power level of what, like 100 maybe? Probably. Oh, here we go. At the very end of the Demon King Piccolo arc, his power level is about 180. The Ox King is going to literally fart and sit on Goku, and he'll probably be almost killed. But we can't end the story there. We can't end the story end with Ox King killing the main hero. We just can't have that. So let's just say that Goku is made aware of the massive gap in power between himself and Ox King. But before Ox King can kill anyone, he recognizes that he's Roshi's student, like in the main story. So everything that happens with Roshi coming in to put out the fire happens. However, when Roshi goes full power and he does a Kamehameha and then he takes out the fire and destroys the castle, Roshi comments to Goku that, "Oh, you see that Kamehameha? Oh, that's nothing. If the Ox King here uses his Kamehameha, we will destroy the entire continent." That's my personal theory for why Ox King never used the Kamehameha to take out his own. Because again, he is vastly more powerful than Master Roshi. He could have probably taken out the fire by himself, but he didn't. Because if the Ox King used his full power Kamehameha to take out the fire, he would have not only destroyed the mountain, he would have destroyed the entire continent they were standing on. And that's why he had Goku bring Roshi. Because he knew that Roshi was strong enough to put the fire, but he was weak enough to not risk destroying the planet. That was his reasoning. That's my new headcanon, by the way. Virgil, you're right. No, if Ox King was with Goku and Piccolo in the Raditz Saga, all three of them would have been able to defeat Raditz. It would have been hard, but it would have been much easier. And I'm pretty sure Goku would not have to kill himself and sacrifice himself to defeat Raditz. Okay. So now that Goku understands just how vast the world is and how strong people are, I feel like when Roshi offers to train Goku, he says yes. But then he goes up to Ox King, and Goku goes, "Hey, Ox King, you're strong. You're the strongest guy I ever known. I want a rematch someday." And then Ox King laughs like, "Yeah, sure thing, Goku. When you're strong enough, come fight me." So that's the first major change, if I do say so myself. It's going to be whoops. Ox King fights Goku with a... Hold on. Ugh. With a power level of 900. Goku is immediately folded. However, he isn't killed because Ox King recognizes him as a turtle, or as a someone who knows Roshi. Roshi puts out Mount Fry Pan Fire. He comments that if the Ox King used a Kamehameha, it would have destroyed the entire continent. Goku has Ox King promise him to fight again in a rematch someday. Yeah, that's fair. Kaijoken says, would it be more than a continent since Roshi with a power level 180 could take out the moon? That's the thing. Power levels in the series are finicky. Like, if you want to go off the idea that 900 is strong enough to destroy the planet, and that also means that you have to think that the Cybermen and Raditz were planet busters. Personally, I don't think Raditz with a power level of 1000 plus is a planet buster per se. I don't believe that personally. I feel like if Raditz went full power, he could probably blow up like a majority of Earth, but I don't think he'd destroy the planet like completely. But that's up to your personal interpretation. So yeah. So right now, Ox King promises Goku for a rematch. I think it's pretty fair. Peel Off Saga goes normally. I feel like the 21st World Tournament would also be the same. And so would Ribbon Army. I feel like these three arcs are going to remain exactly the same. Mostly because the Ox King and Chi-Chi are not going to be involved in any of them. However, what I will say is Chi-Chi at some point is going to be interested in fighting. Because she wants to meet up with Goku again. That's going to happen. And we know that in canon, Chi-Chi trained by herself in order to get as strong as she did in the 23rd World Tournament. But that was without any proper training by a master. If the Ox King decides to train Chi-Chi, if that actually happens, I could see Chi-Chi being strong. At minimum, she'd be just as strong as Goku was at that point in the story. But if you want to go crazy and say that she trained nonstop for several years, because she was, you know, super in love with Goku and dedicated, she'd be stronger than Goku is. I wouldn't say she's close to her father, but she'd be really strong. She'd be stronger than Goku. So I think here's my compromise. So during this time, Chi-Chi trains to become stronger and impress Goku. Ox King is her master. She improves so much that Chi-Chi is confident that she is strong enough to impress him. Instead of joining the 23rd World Tournament, Chi-Chi joins the 22nd World Tournament. Because think about it. If she becomes that much stronger, I don't think she'd wait that many years. I don't think she'd wait 6 years. She'd probably be like, oh, I think I'm strong enough to fight Goku now. And then she would leave as soon as she could. So I feel like Chi-Chi would join 3 years earlier than intended. So Chi-Chi and Ox King are present at the World Tournament. So here is going to be my next major decision. I feel like... So Chi-Chi has to take someone's spot in the tournament. Right? Like she has to. World Tournament. If I remember right, oh, that's not it. Where is it? I'm trying to find the lineup of contestants. Okay, here we go. So the contestants for the second World Tournament was Tenshin Han, Yamcha, Jackie Chun, Manwolf, Chaozu, Krillin, Pamphlet. Who should we replace for Chi-Chi? I feel like the obvious choices are Pamphlet, Chaozu, or Manwolf. What if Universe says she defeats Demon King by herself? Yeah, no, that ass. Like, if we go off the assumption that she's gonna become stronger than Goku, I feel like Chi-Chi will be strong enough to defeat Goku at this point. And I feel like she'd be strong enough to defeat Old Man Piccolo. Replace Manwolf. Manwolf fought Roshi. Yeah, Manwolf fought Jackie Chun. Okay. I'm cool with that. Chi-Chi versus Manwolf. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sure he gets folded. Like, it's not a contest. He gets folded. He just loses. Goku is impressed by her strength. Cool. So Goku's impressed by Chi-Chi's strength, and then we get the next fights, which don't really play out as the same. Oh wait, no, hold on, wait, no, she replaces Manwolf, right? So no, she fights Jackie Chun. He gets folded. Yeah, no, Chi-Chi fights Jackie Chun. And even, I would say, maybe he doesn't get folded, but despite his vast array of techniques, Chi-Chi is able to overpower him with brute force And yeah, Man Wolf stays as a wolf. Oh my god, guys. Oh man, you know what? If Man Wolf stays at a wolf, and then he has that grudge build up for his whole life afterwards, and he views Chi-Chi as like his mortal enemy, are we gonna get Majin Man Wolf? Are we going to get Majin Man Wolf? That's food for thought for later. But anyways, if I remember right, for the second tournament, Jackie Chun fought Tien. So, oh, we're gonna have Chi-Chi versus Tien. Why is it still here? Look at that. So yeah, and then Chi-Chi versus Tien. He gets defeated. He gets folded. Again, despite his vast array of abilities, Chi-Chi is able to counter it through her brute strength. And then when Tien tries to use the Kikoho, you know what she's gonna do? She's going to pick up a chunk of rock from the tournament arena. She's gonna pick it up and she's gonna throw it at Tien at such force that it hits him in the head and he falls back down. There we go. So Chi-Chi just picks up a piece of the arena and throws it at Tien, and he gets knocked out. Like, it's not even a contest. Well, no, Virtue. The Ox King would have never taught Chi-Chi that, because if he ever tried to use a Kamehameha, he'd destroy a continent or half the planet. He wouldn't risk that. Like, even on the off chance he shot into space, I feel like he wouldn't want to like destroy like another planet by accident. I feel like Roshi would be in the sidelines still trying to tell Tien to change his evil ways. And Chi-Chi's a very kind-hearted person, and she's more empathetic than Goku is, at least early on. Or at least she would try to be. So I feel like even though Tien didn't fight Goku, I feel like Tien would still change for the better. Especially if Chaozu tries to intervene. Because he won a good fight. And Tien's entire purpose in this arc is that he wants a fight that makes his heart pump, right? He wants a fight that gives his life meaning. And Chi-Chi is definitely strong enough to give him like that kind of a drive. So yeah, Chi-Chi defeats Tien, but Tien is just like, oh yeah, no, you're a powerful warrior and you have my respect and I'm a good guy now. That's fine. Then we have Goku versus Chi-Chi. Despite Chi-Chi being blinded by love, she still defeats Goku. Like, you can make an argument that like Chi-Chi would take the fight easy on Goku. But you could also argue that because she's so serious about like wanting to get married, that she decides to go full power. But even then, like, she's still gonna fold Goku, right? So Chi-Chi wins. And this, I'm pretty sure by this point, Goku's like, "Wow, you're so strong. That's so cool. Like, you gotta fight me again sometime, Chi-Chi. You gotta show me how strong you are." And she'd be like, "Oh, well, I mean, if we got married, like you promised, then we can do that." And Goku's like, "Really? Okay." Because again, he doesn't understand what marriage is. So Goku and Chi-Chi, I wouldn't say they have a full-on marriage, but like they would agree to the marriage earlier. But because they're still kids, like, it's not gonna happen, obviously. Yeah, exactly. Ox King is there too. Ox King steps in to say that they're too young to get married. Chi-Chi agrees to wait, as Goku is just confused. So yeah, I guess they're just their fiancés. That's the proper term. Yeah, exactly. They do like a pinky swear. And then of course, Demon King Piccolo stuff happens. Krillin dies, and Goku goes to fight Tambourine. Chi-Chi tries to stop him, but she can't. But he flies off. Chi-Chi leaves to find Goku. And the important part is Ox King decides to help Roshi. So now we reach our first impasse, because if the Ox King's with Roshi, then that means we're going to have Ox King flat out kill Piccolo. Like, he's just gonna die in one hit. I feel like the more interesting option is to have Demon King Piccolo do something that forces the Ox King to fight for him. You know? Oh, I agree, Virtue. I agree. Like, training with Chi-Chi would have made Ox King stronger. So he'd be like, let's say, training his daughter for like 3 years increase his power somewhat. Not anything major, because again, he wasn't training himself. He was training someone else. Maybe like instead of 900, it's like 950, or like 1,000. You know, I agree, Virtue. I feel like the only way for this to work is if Chi-Chi is somehow... the thing is, I don't think she's weak enough to get kidnapped because she's uber powerful. It would have to be that, like, something happens... Oh, no, I got it! Goku is defeated by Tambourine. But then Tambourine keeps Goku, right? So Tambourine holds Goku hostage and tells Chi-Chi, like, hey, if you try and fight me, Goku dies. So Chi-Chi gives herself up willingly. That's it. That's the sauce. Tambourine defeats Goku as Chi-Chi arrives. Tambourine almost dies, but holds Goku hostage. If Chi-Chi attacks, Goku dies. She gives herself up. willingly. In the desert, King Piccolo is nearly killed by Ox King. And Roshi, when he reveals that he has their students held hostage, if they fight him now, they die. Roshi and Ox King are forced to give up. Ox King is forced to fight for Piccolo. Yeah, yeah, I think this works. Piccolo. So here's the thing. I understand that Piccolo has some semblance of magic, right? Like, I know he does later on, but I mean, like, Demon King Piccolo specifically, didn't he have access to magic? And I understand that, like, King Piccolo himself, his miasma of evil was so potent that it was able to corrupt Namekians to becoming evil in Dragon Ball Online. So going off that logic, would it be possible for Piccolo's evil miasma to infect the Ox King? Question mark. Or does he have some kind of magic that lets him corrupt people? Demon King Piccolo Musk. Yeah, you're right, you're right. Yeah, here we go, here we go. After... Oh, wait, no, hold on. This is some what-if nonsense. After becoming Majin King Piccolo. When did that happen? Is that from one of the DS games? Well, no, here's the thing. I really don't think the Ox King's pure of heart. He can't be. Because he was a vicious conqueror during early Dragon Ball. Where, like, he was actively killing people who trespass his land. So he's not a good person at all. Like, he definitely has evil in his heart that can be corrupted. So, well, let's just say that, just to make things interesting, let's say that because the Ox King submitted himself to King Piccolo, King Piccolo uses a magic to cause Ox King to go berserk. Like a rampaging bull. So now we have the Ox King being brainwashed by King Piccolo to rampage. So he's a literal bull demon king. So yeah, Piccolo takes over Earth. Submitting Ox King. Berserk and a Feral under his control. Under his control, Piccolo orders the Ox King to kill Roshi. That's heartbreaking. That's actually heartbreaking. Like, Roshi is trying his best to make the Ox King calm down, but he's too far gone, he's too berserk. And then he just flat out kills his own master. That's so sad. That's messed up. So then, Piccolo regained youth with Dragon Balls. Shenron is killed. Meanwhile, Goku recovers and he escapes Piccolo's flying fortress with Chi-Chi. Be funny if they flat out they crashed the ship in the process, because why not? $700 sub says have Goku and Chi-Chi escape and train with Kami. That makes sense. I feel like that makes sense. But the thing is, like, how would they find out about Kami? Piccolo definitely takes over Earth. Oh, that's right. Goku is injured, so Chi-Chi. So Yajirobe isn't here, but because Chi-Chi's there, Chi-Chi takes Goku to Korin's. That's what it is, yeah. Goku is healed and also given the divine water. Chi-Chi drinks it too. They both survive and become stronger. However, they still don't think they can defeat Ox King. Korin mentions that they could receive training from God and get stronger that way. With the power pole, they both go to the lookout. I think this makes sense. No, Electric Skull. No, no, we're not gonna let Chi-Chi die. I mean, why would Piccolo corrupt the Dragon Balls? Because like, what he wants the most is to make sure that no one has the chance to ever use Dragon Balls again to take away his youth or to defeat him. So I think in this scenario, that's not gonna matter. Because he would still destroy the Dragon Balls regardless. Would the other Earthlings tag along to... I mean, they're not aware. Like, as far as they know, they think that Goku died. So Tien would still try and figure out how to use the Wafu Bub by himself. So the pair meet Popo and Kami. Okay, so how about this? They train with Popo briefly, but they can't catch his bell. Then by working together... No, hold on. So they can't catch the bell, right? So what happens next is... they beg Kami for help, but he refuses. Despite the circumstances, he won't interfere. So here's my idea. I don't know how to approach this yet. Oh, I got it. Okay, so I'm making a retcon. I am making a very short retcon. In OG Dragon Ball, I'm gonna have Chi-Chi joined Goku's group to find the Dragon Balls. Like, ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, you think this wouldn't matter. However, the big change is that Chi-Chi is aware of Goku's Ozaru state. And that it takes a full moon to transform him. So with that in mind, when much later on when they meet Kami, Chi-Chi thinks Kami is a coward, but she asks him to do one favor for her. Bring back the moon. And I say this because when the heroes fight Piccolo and Ox King, Goku is going to look at the moon and turns Ozaru. So now we have a fair fight now. Now we're gonna have Ozaru Goku versus Berserk Ox King. And then Chi-Chi fights Piccolo. The Ozaru multiplier is like 10 times, so I would say that Ozaru Goku is strong enough to at the very least hold back Ox King. So yeah, Goku distracts Ox King long enough for Chi-Chi to defeat Piccolo. Roll to saved. The pair train at Kami's after the win. They train together at the lookout. For the 20th World Tournament, I'm pretty sure that by this point, they're pretty much in love by this point. And then Piccolo Jr. is folded, no contest. Like, he's just gonna get folded. Finale, or I guess the finals is Goku versus Chi-Chi, and then Goku gets the win. Finally. They reject Kami's offer to become the new god. They leave to get married. And then they have Gohan, and Chi-Chi is much more open to letting him train. Who Goku wouldn't want to kiss his? Probably. Ox King is more involved in the family. Ox King was pretty involved, all things considered, in Gohan's life. But I guess maybe Ox King just decides to move in with them at that point, or at least nearby. I would say that because Gohan is only like 4 years old, he'd have only just started his training. So I don't think his base power when Riot shows up is like that different. However, Goku and Chi-Chi is going to be cracked. Because during the time skip, they will both challenge Ox King. So we're gonna finally have Chi-Chi versus Ox King, and then Goku versus Ox King. It's a massive battle, but the couple managed to win. Ox King regains his fighting spirit that he lost ages ago and decides to start training seriously again. When Raditz shows up, the Sun family is cracked. They are far stronger than in canon. You know, Raditz is boned. Like, he has no shot. Like, it's not even a question of he has a chance, because Ox King would have been enough to give him a challenge in early Dragon Ball, but now that he's training seriously, Ox King is going to have a power that far exceeds him. I'm going to go on a limb, and I will suggest the idea that in early Saiyan Saga, Goku's power level is like... It's more than Raditz. I'm going to say it's like 15k. And then Chi-Chi is going to be probably ahead of him or a little bit behind him. So like, let's also go like around 1500, probably. And then Ox King himself, let's go with like 2k. I'm willing to believe that his strength is going to double because of years of serious training. So then, Raditz shows up, explains plot, threatens to kidnap Gohan, and is immediately folded. So, the music was well timed. Like they're going to fight, and they're going to literally curb stomp Raditz. It's not even going to be funny. Goku and Chi-Chi by themselves are enough to like defeat Raditz, or at the very minimum give him the worst or the most even fight of his life, where he has to do everything he can to survive. With both of them, he's going to get bodied. With Ox King there, I don't think he's surviving. Like, the only thing I can possibly think of so that Raditz finds all the Dragon Balls, all I can really think of is that when they defeat Raditz realizes that he's overpowered, and instead of announcing that he's going to kill them, or he tells Goku, "Oh, give me 100 human bodies," what he does is that instead, because he's a coward, he decides, "All right, I'm sorry. I apologize for my rude behavior. I'm going to leave." Because he's going to accept Goku's offer to leave the planet and never come back. Because Raditz is still evil, what's going to happen is that he's going to leave the planet, he's going to call Vegeta and be like, "Hey, these guys, these Earthlings are really powerful. It wasn't just Kakarot, but there was other Earthlings who were stronger than me. And maybe they're stronger than Nappa. Maybe. And maybe that's enough to convince them. Maybe. That could be enough to convince Vegeta and Nappa to go over there and fight them themselves. Maybe. It's possible. Yeah, it exactly exists. Raditz will like, "I'd like to apologize for my behavior." So yeah, realizing just how overpowered he is, Raditz apologizes and accepts Goku's first offer to leave Earth and never return. No, I agree, Kai Jokin. I feel like Raditz would be beaten pretty badly. So when he leaves on the space pod to recover, I feel like he'd get like a sizable Zenkai. It wouldn't be anything too crazy. Like, he's not stronger than Nappa, but he would be stronger than he was initially. Maybe he's like, I don't know, 2,000k, maybe 2,500, maybe. But I definitely think that, so Raditz escapes, he goes off to heal in the space pod, but he still tells Vegeta and Nappa about, like, what happened. But he needs to recover, so Raditz would leave to, like, the nearest Frieza Force base to, like, recover, right? I feel that Raditz wouldn't let the heroes know that Vegeta and Nappa are coming. However, because Raditz is still out there, I feel like Chi-Chi would realize, oh, he might come back one day, stronger than before. So she and Goku still train seriously for a full year. I agree, Luigi. I would say that Raditz's power level would increase to 3,000 at best. So he's stronger than normal, but he's not stronger than Nappa. Raditz leaves. He calls Vegeta and Nappa about what happened on Earth. They are intrigued and decide to visit. Chi-Chi is worried about Raditz returning one day stronger than before. So she and Goku train seriously for a year. Or they just train seriously. Gohan was threatened, so they decide to train him too. Ox King also trains just in case. And yeah, at this point, Virtue, I feel like Piccolo Jr. is not even going to attempt to butt in on anything. He's still off in the wilderness somewhere, being really pissed and angry, and still evil, trying to figure out ways to get back at the Sun family. So he's probably... Honestly, I would say that maybe... along with the Sun family, maybe Krillin joins, maybe. Along with Tien. But I feel like it's not necessary, because the Sun family are the strongest fighters on Earth. So they might just leave it up to them. Would Goku seek out Piccolo? I mean... I don't know. Because like, he's still evil. If anything, you know... Oh, wait! I got it. Before Raditz leaves... he gets stopped by Piccolo. Raditz threatens to kill him, but Piccolo offers a truce. If they work together, they can take over Earth. Piccolo reveals the existence of the Dragon Balls. And Raditz is impressed. So when Raditz leaves and tells Vegeta and Nappa about the Dragon Balls, that's it. That's the sauce. And I feel like just to make it fair, Piccolo leaves with Raditz so they can train together. In the back of their minds, they are completely ready to betray each other. There we go. That's the sauce. So then 1 year later, the Son family, Krillin and Tien, confront the Saiyans and Piccolo. That's gonna be wild. Goku can't believe Piccolo would do this. He thought he was different from his father, but he guesses he was wrong. Hey guys, let's talk about power scaling again. How strong do you guys think the heroes will be? What do you guys think? I feel like, what, 1 million? Yeah, that's the Ox King genes. It's like the potential of the Ox King's lineage. I do want Ox King versus Nappa. Piccolo versus Chi-Chi. And then Goku versus Raditz. And Vegeta watches. Oh yeah, and I guess Krillin and Tien versus Cybermen. There we go. Yeah, I feel like to make this work, I feel like Ox King should be about close to 10k. Then Goku and Chi-Chi are probably a bit stronger, like either at like 10.5 or 11, maybe 12. So their base is stronger, but no one has Kaioken. No Kaioken. No, Vegeta's like canonically at, he's at 18k, right? He's at 18. Well, let's just say everyone is like close to 10k. So yeah, so villain minions lose. Vegeta fights everyone. Let's just say for Ox King, the way he defeats Nappa is like he cuts him in half with his axe. For Cybermen, they blow up from scatter shot / Kiko hose. And for Piccolo and Chi-Chi, Piccolo is punched not through the chest, blasted away. Yeah. So here's my idea. Everyone fights Vegeta. And it's even at first. Vegeta gets serious. Family Kamehameha versus Gallic Gun. Beam struggle. Ox King's first serious Kamehameha in his life. Vegeta is greatly injured. He creates a power ball, but before he can toss it, or I guess he creates a power ball and transforms. However, everyone knows what to do here. Through someone's sacrifice. We could say that, like, maybe Krillin or Tien, in an attempt to get rid of the tail, one of them die. It could be one of them, Krillin or Tien. Vegeta's tail is cut off. And the power ball dissipates. Raditz and Piccolo wake up as Vegeta is getting overpowered. So then Raditz grabs onto Goku as Piccolo uses the special beam cannon. This is it. This is the sauce. Just when it looks like the heroes are gonna win, Raditz and Piccolo use their double team strategy, and then Raditz and Goku die because of special beam cannon. Raditz thinks Piccolo is only going to aim for Goku, but Piccolo chuckles. He never planned to let Raditz live. He betrays Raditz, firing the beam to kill both Raditz and Goku. Piccolo joins Vegeta in fighting the exhausted Chi-Chi and Ox King. Gohan's rage explodes, and his energy attack severely wounds Vegeta and Piccolo. I feel like this makes the most sense. So you have this moment where, like, Gohan sees his dead dad and he sees his grandpa and mom, like, on the verge of dying. He gets so mad, his power skyrockets, and he just has, like, a moment like in the Dead Zone movie, where he just gets so mad he roars and his ki expands outwards into a giant blast. Ox King prepares to kill them both. However, he is stopped by a voice in his head. Goku is communicating from other worlds via Kami's telepathy. He wants them to let Vegeta and Goku go, or Vegeta and Piccolo go. Reluctantly, they agree, and the villains retreat. I would say that before the time skip, I would say that Chi-Chi wouldn't want to risk Gohan becoming a giant monkey, even by accident. So I feel like they would remove the his tail. So Gohan wouldn't even have his tail throughout the Saiyan Saga. And yeah, so Raditz dies, Nappa dies, Krillin dies, Goku dies. But hey, at least Piccolo and Vegeta were defeated. And then after this is the Namek Saga. Who should go? Who should go? Oh, no, Krillin died. No. Krillin died twice. So they have to go to Namek to bring Krillin back. That's it. Krillin died twice. He can't be brought back with Earth Balls. Tien theorizes that there might be another set of Dragon Balls out there. Heroes plan for Namek. Piccolo's Vegeta. Yeah, that's the thing. I was thinking that, like, Piccolo, when he goes to Namek with Vegeta, he tries to, like, tell them, hey, give us the balls, please, but then they go, oh, we sent your evil key. You can't trick us like that. So Piccolo has to help kill them off. Let's see here. So I feel like Yamcha and Chaozu would, and Tien would probably, let's see, where would Tien go? I don't know. So Krillin and Goku would both train at King Kai's planet during the beginning of Namek. Well, no, here's the thing about the Namekian simulation. It has to be consensual. The only way for a simulation to work naturally is that it has to be consensual. So, like, unless Piccolo learns some kind of, like, method to forcefully fuse the Namekians, either through magic or otherwise, I don't think it's gonna work out here. I know evil Piccolo wouldn't care, but, like, that's a fair point. If we go by the logic that Demon King Piccolo was able to, like, corrupt the Ox King, and this current Piccolo is becoming more evil, I could see him using that same kind of magic to corrupt the Namekians. So then they turn evil, like in DBO, and then Piccolo just assimilates with the evil Namekians. Well, here's the thing, like, I feel like the Namekians would choose to die than to simulate, so they would have to become brainwashed / become berserker evil Namekians, so that Piccolo can overpower them and just absorb them forcefully. What you Piccolo make minions to simulate himself? Well, in original story, it's shown that, like, making minions really made King Piccolo tired. So that's like a stamina loss. But for right now, let's just say that first group of heroes to Namek, it'd probably be Ox King, Gohan, and Bulma. Second group with Gravity Ship, Chi-Chi. Tien, Yamcha, and Chaozu stay on Earth to protect it. In case Piccolo or Vegeta return. I feel like this makes sense. Okay, so Virtue brings up a good point. Who would even tell Piccolo about simulation? Here's my answer. The Frieza Force. Because the Frieza Force were at least aware of the Namekian people. Because that's how Vegeta and Nappa knew who they were. So I'm going to go on a limb here and say that there's a database in the Frieza Force, and they probably have info on the Namekians. So I would say that when Piccolo and Vegeta were covering at a Frieza Force base, same base where Vegeta found out about from Hui that Frieza was going to get the Dragon Balls from Planet Namek, I would argue that at that point Piccolo does more research about his origins and finds out about assimilation. I feel like that's the sauce. Well, no, here's the thing. I don't think Chi-Chi would risk taking anyone else with him because Tien is the only remaining person who's vaguely strong. If Piccolo and Vegeta decide to go back to Earth, they could just kill them all and take the Dragon Balls again, right? They wouldn't want to leave Earth defenseless. So I feel like they would still tell Tien to stay so that he can keep Earth safe. Like the other option is that Ox King stays on Earth, but this is the Ox King what if. I don't want to have him stay on Earth because he's not in the story. So I feel like in early Namek is mostly the same. Z fighters find out about Frieza, or that they encounter Frieza. Ox King and Gohan save Dende. Vegeta and Piccolo kill a Namekian village for a Dragon Ball. And we say Piccolo tried to pretend he was good, but the Namekians could sense the evil in his heart. Vegeta and Piccolo split up to cover more ground. As Vegeta has his encounters with the Earthlings, Kui, Dodoria, and Zarbon, Piccolo finds more villages. He tortures a village elder to explain something he saw in the Frieza Force database. Assimilation. No one here wants to assimilate with him they'd rather die. Piccolo decides to use the same magic his father used on Ox King, corrupting them and turning them into mindless beasts. Defeating them results in their submission. Piccolo fuses with various villages. Ox King and Gohan get potentials unlocked. Vegeta eventually kills Zarbon. Ginyu Force arrives. Z Fighters versus Ginyu Force. So I'll go on a limb and say that for the first fight, which is a Gohan versus Guldo, I'm willing to argue that let's see here. Kyojin says, does Piccolo lose more of his sanity by absorbing his Berserker Beast? I feel like he would become more demonic and insane. Because he's losing his sanity by absorbing these corrupted hearts. So he's going to become more evil every time he does this. So for Gohan versus Guldo, I feel like Gohan would eventually figure out Guldo's time stop and defeat him. When Guldo tries a counterattack behind Gohan's back, his head is sliced off by Ox King's thrown axe. This makes sense. Because it's a throwing axe. Ox. I guess it'd be Vegeta versus Raccoon. It goes poorly. Vegeta wonders where the hell Piccolo is, because Piccolo is still gone. Ox King versus Raccoon. The battle is extremely... It's dead even. I would say potential unleashed Ox King is just as strong as Raccoon at this point in the story. They nearly kill each other, but Raccoon is defeated. However, Jace and Birder team up to defeat Ox. Gohan tries to protect his grandpa, but is beaten. Just when it looks like all hope is lost, Chi-Chi arrives. Chi-Chi defeats Ginyu Force, or I guess defeats Jason Goldo. No, sorry, Jason Birder. There we go, that's the proper word. Chi-Chi versus Ginyu as Dende heals Gohan and Ox. Ginyu body swap happens. Ginyu is turned into a frog, probably. But Chi-Chi is very hurt. As Chi-Chi recovers, they use the Dragon Balls to bring back Goku first. Second wish is to bring Goku to Namek. But on the third wish, the balls disappear. The balls turn to stone. Vegeta wakes up and he's pissed. Before Vegeta can attack anyone, he looks up in shock. Do you guys know where I'm going with this? Do you guys know what I'm going with this? This is the moment in canon where Frieza is overlooking the heroes, pissed off, and he's like, I'm gonna kill all of you, I'm gonna torture you all and make you have a painful death. It's not Frieza. Overlooking a cliff, you see Piccolo holding up extremely beaten and battered first form Frieza. And Piccolo's grinning with like evil miasma coming out of him. You see like this really awful like purple miasma leaking out of Piccolo. His eyes are like really fierce and bloodthirsty. He's holding up the head. He's holding up Frieza. He's barely breathing. He's borderline dying, gasping for air, and he's holding him up by the head. Piccolo declares that he has no further use of Vegeta anymore. He has finished corrupting and absorbing every Namekian he could, every Namekian survivor he could find. He has defeated Frieza, as it is now time for the Demon King Piccolo to reclaim his throne and take over the universe. Yeah, I would say that Nail was also corrupted. So I'll say he finished corrupting and absorbing every Namekian survivor he could find, including Namek's greatest warrior, Nail. There we go. So Z Fighters. Vegeta fights Piccolo first. He gets folded. The Ox King versus Piccolo. And as it's happening, Gohan I'm trying to think. No, I would say that Guru died before Piccolo could absorb him. He just died of natural causes. Yeah, exactly, Luigi. Piccolo declared that he's the Demon Emperor. He's no longer a king. Oh, that's cool! For a new age. The era of the Demon King is over and dead. Long live the Demon Emperor Piccolo. That's what it is. Long live the Demon Emperor Piccolo. That's so much cooler. Make it part of his grand empire. So yeah, Gohan gets enraged and joins the fight. Dende heals Gohan and Vegeta. They fight Piccolo. I feel like Piccolo would find out. He would think it's really weird that these guys are healing. He would see that Dende's healing them all, and he'd probably use his eye beams to kill Dende. He's healing the heroes and kills him. Z Fighters versus Piccolo. Despite their best efforts, they still lose. And then, when all hope seems lost, Chi-Chi and Goku arrive. Then we have Chi-Chi and Goku versus Piccolo. Wouldn't try to corrupt those from them to give him a greater regen. I mean, it's the middle of a battle. I feel like we'd want to kill off Dende as soon as possible. Or alternatively, he does try and go for Dende to corrupt him, but then Vegeta kills Dende. You know what? I like the idea of Vegeta killing Dende, so that Piccolo can't. That's right! I forgot. I was gonna say this earlier, but I forgot about it. Piccolo tries to stop the hero, or I guess Piccolo tries to kidnap Dende, but is stopped, letting Dende escape and hide. This is a plot point for later. I'm gonna keep Dende alive for a little bit longer. Thanks to Kaioken and gravity training, the couple have become much stronger. However, Piccolo's evil aura erupts as he undergoes an evolution. Because of all the Namekians he absorbed, or all the evil Namekians he absorbed, he has finally become a super Namekian. That'd be really fucking sick. So, as Chi-Chi and Goku try their best to hold off Piccolo, Dende gets told by Gohan to heal Frieza. Dende is extremely reluctant to do this because this guy killed his almost entire race. But Gohan says that they need his help. If they don't stop Piccolo, they're all gonna die. Dende revives, or I guess he just Dende heals Frieza. Piccolo sees what happens, but before he can go to Dende, Frieza kills Dende. Frieza is already aware of Piccolo's absorption, and he isn't gonna let himself get another power boost. So Dende heals Frieza to save them all, and then his compensation that Frieza kills him, which is classic Frieza. Frieza decides to go full power from the start. So now we have Goku and Frieza versus Super Demon Emperor Piccolo. Yeah, no, Frieza is not going to he's not going to play any games. He's like, alright, I played games, I played stupid games and found out. So he's just going to go full on, full power. Oh wait, how about this? Chi-Chi and Chi-Chi and Frieza. Goku creates Spirit Bomb. Everyone is greatly damaged, but Spirit Bomb happens, seemingly defeats Piccolo. Before Frieza can fight anyone or escape, he is pierced through the chest, and Ox King is killed. Piccolo had survived. Chi-Chi is enraged, but Goku is even more mad. He becomes the Super Saiyan of Legend. That's it. That's the sauce. Yeah, as a reminder, it's all happened because Ox King came out of retirement. So yeah, Ox King gets killed. And Goku's mad about that. Super Saiyan Goku versus the Super Namekian. Guru is brought back to life with the Earth Dragon Balls. Last wish on Purunga to bring back, I guess, to bring everyone except Piccolo and Goku to Earth. That's really sad because, like, Guru was the last Namekian. Him and Dende. Dende and Guru are the last Namekians from Planet Namek because Piccolo took over everyone else. Wait, actually, no, I take that back. The Namekians that Piccolo and Vegeta killed initially, those guys are still around. So it'd just be, there would still be Namekians, but they'd be greatly reduced because Piccolo absorbed like a majority of them. Yeah, exactly. Most were killed by Frieza. So like Piccolo absorbed like a good amount. That's really sad. I feel like they probably bring up the idea of unfusing Piccolo, but Goku's like, I want to have a good fight, so they won't do that. Also, it's Dragon Ball. So then, Goku defeats Piccolo, offers to let him live. Piccolo is a sore loser and tries to attack one last time. Goku... I'll just say that Goku seemingly kills him. Goku goes to Yardrat as Planet Namek explodes. Frieza is seemingly dead too. I mean, Goku was up to escape Planet Namek because it's gonna blow up. I'm sure Piccolo will try and destroy it. Is Frieza gonna marry Bulma? No, I'm sorry. That's just not gonna happen. Sorry. You know what is gonna happen? Namekians eventually bring back Krillin and bring him to Earth. New Namek is made and they leave. Years later, Mecha Frieza and King Cold arrive on Earth. Since the Earthlings did try to help him fight against Piccolo, Frieza offers the Earthlings one single chance. If they join the Frieza Force Empire, he will spare their lives. They refuse, and Frieza is ready to fight, but a mysterious stranger arrives to kill him and King Cold. This stranger pulls off their hood, revealing a young Namekian. At first, everyone thinks this is Piccolo back for revenge. But it's not Piccolo. It's future young Kami. Boom. Mic drop. No, I'm not gonna make Trunks into a lizard. No, I'm not gonna have Trunks be the son of Frieza. I'm sorry, Electric Skull. It's not gonna. This is not the place. It's getting pretty late, so I think I'm going to end the stream here. It's been 3 hours. Virtue of Dragon streamer Piccolo died. Well, that's the thing. I only said seemingly. I only ever said Piccolo seemingly died. So yeah, because the Ox King decided to pick a fight with a little boy, Piccolo is the new big bad. There's no Trunks. It's actually future Kami, who's younger. Yeah. Good point, Charo. If you guys liked the stream and you enjoyed this little story session involving bees and, you know, Ox King lore, then like the stream, share it with your friends. I think if anything, I might do this again next week because I had a lot of fun doing it. I'm not sure if I'll do it on Friday or on Saturday, but I do want to stream again because I want to finish. At the very least, I want to finish talking about the Ox King scenario. What if oxes and bees? What if the Ox King found the bees from GT? But yeah, thank you guys very much for coming and sticking around for so long. I had a lot of fun discussing the scenarios with you guys, and sorry for like the hiccups in the beginning of the stream when I was trying to figure out how to figure out some technical difficulties, but it is what it is. Thank y'all for sticking around, and I'll end it at the cliffhanger of future Kami coming back in time as a young lad. What if Kami trained 3,000 girls? Okay, Travis, you have to be from the Smoke Squad server because that is an ancient joke from the Smoke Squad server. I don't know who you are, but you're definitely an OG and I respect that. Alright. Thank you guys very much for stopping by. Thanks Sonic Wave, Virtue, Travis, 700 Mil, Charo, Luigi Main, thank you all so much for coming. Oh, you were memes the whole time! Let's go! Thanks for coming by, memes. Thank you, Kajokin, for coming by as well. I will make an announcement on my channel through community posts regarding the next the next date for the stream. And yeah, I will catch you all on the flip side. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Bye-bye.